All right. So now that you have an actual domain for your website that you own, one thing you might be wondering is how to set up an email using that domain. So that's a really useful thing to have because people generally trust emails that come from the website more than something like at gmail.com because it just indicates that you own the website, you are part of that brand, and that's someone you can trust. In this video, I want to go through a easy way to set up a free email account with Bluehost. Now you can do this with any hosting provider that you ended up signing up with. I will go through Bluehost as an example, but this will go pretty similar for any hosting provider that you have. But I do want to note before we get started in there, so there's kind of two different routes you can go for setting up an email. When you create a new email, you'll have the actual address, right? So hello@domain.com. But then you'll also have to find a place to host your actual email content. So that obviously will go to your hosting provider, in this case, Bluehost. But there are other options. So you can host your website at Bluehost, but there are people and services that specialize in hosting email. So G Suite is one of them, Office 365 is another. These people generally are a little bit easier to deal with since it is a paid service. G Suite is about $6 a month. I'm not sure how much 365 is, but for that money, you're going to get a little bit of an easier service to use and a whole lot more storage space for your email. But again, for the purposes of what you're doing and for getting a website up and running, I do recommend just starting with the free email from your hosting provider and then go from there. It's pretty easy to migrate once you want to decide you want more storage space or something like that. So let's go ahead and create a new email for our domain. In order to do that, log into your Bluehost account or your hosting provider, whoever that might be. And over here on the sidebar, we're going to go to advanced, which actually just takes us to what is called the Cpanel. So the Cpanel is kind of the main dashboard for your website. It hosts a whole lot of settings for the server and your hosting provider that let you make some different changes to file management and install some apps like WordPress, stuff like that. And this is actually where you can really manage your free email hosting option. So to do that and to create a new email, we're going to go up here and just search for email. I can't type. And here we'll find the email section. We're going to click email accounts. So when we click email accounts, it's going to list all the current ones we have. This is the default one that they made for me. So we're going to create a new one. So click the blue create button. And then in this section, you can create whatever name you want for this email. So it's a good idea to use an actual name for this. Hello@beaglebrands.com is something you'll see a lot, or contact@beaglebrands.com. I suggest using a name just because that makes it more personal. People like that kind of connection when they're looking for relationships with brands and businesses that they work with. So definitely, if you're comfortable with it, put in a name there. So I'm going to put in John, and that will be my email. Down here, go ahead and create a password. I'm just going to generate one. I'm going to click and save that for later. Make sure you save whatever you put in there. And then for storage space, you'll notice it defaults to 100 megabytes. That's not a ton. Now, you don't get a lot of email space if you're going to go with the free email hosting option. But again, this is free. It's easy to set up. It's a good place to start. But just know that you might, this is an email you're going to use regularly, you're probably going to run out of space fairly quickly and want to upgrade. But for now, we're going to stick with this. For the rest of this, you don't really need to worry about it. Just go ahead and click the blue create button. And then it'll take us back to the email page list, and you'll see the new email created right here. So now that we have that set up, it is ready to go. It is usable, so someone can email john@beaglebrands.com and I can get that email. The easiest way to check that email is just one way is to log into Bluehost, come to this advanced section, email accounts, and then come over here to check email, and we'll click that. That will redirect us to this page where we can select the email viewing client that we want. So we're going to select wrong cube and just click open on that. And that takes us to the email viewer. So you'll see this looks a lot like Outlook or the Mail app on Mac, whatever you are used to. So you'll see here they already sent me a default email that'll give me some configuration settings for my new email. Now, if you're knowledgeable about this stuff, you can just use this information to add the email account to whatever your email client is. But if you're not knowledgeable about this, that is totally fine. We're going to go back to the Cpanel in this page. So you can connect this email address to whatever email client you want by simply coming over to the Connect Devices button. We're going to click that and it will automatically give us a list of different devices we might want to add that email to. So if you're on a mobile device, you can log into your Bluehost account, come to this page, click this link, and it will automatically set up that email for you in your Mail app. If you're on Windows 10, go ahead and click the Auto Discovery button. That'll automatically set it up. Or if you're on Mac, there's an option for Mac. So when you want to add your email account to whatever device you're using, come to this page. Otherwise, again, there are manual settings, so just try out some of these when you go to the Add Account option on your Mail client. That's pretty much it. Really quick, if you do want to go to G Suite or 365, come over to this page on the sidebar for Marketplace. And this will give you some really easy options to subscribe to that. If you come over to this G Suite option, you can click and learn more. And that will give you an option to add G Suite directly to your Bluehost account. And you'll see it's either $6 monthly or $72 yearly. I do recommend that if you are going to be hosting a lot of emails and really heavy email usage. But otherwise, again, the free email through Bluehost or whatever host you are using will work out fine in the beginning. And you are always able to upgrade later down the line.